আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমরা কি সবাই জয়েন করছি? হ্যালো। Hello, assalamu alaikum. So actually, I believe that most of the members actually already joined. So I am audible. Would you like to send me a message that I am audible in our WhatsApp group? Okay, okay, thank you. So let's start today's sessions. And I'm going to share my screen right now. So I told you if anybody join after 5 minutes later, actually maybe he or she will not be he cannot join our session. I told you earlier. You should be very careful about the timing. Okay, now let's go. So you are able to see my screen? Okay, 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 sure. Thank you. So today actually we are going to complete our search functionalities, how it works actually. To do that, let me open my IntelliJ IDEA. So actually I already opened my IntelliJ IDEA. And also I need to check before that my database is running. Actually, as you know that actually we are running MySQL database in Docker container. So how to check my database is running or not? I will write Docker, sorry. So yes, my MySQL is running. Let me check using MySQL Workbench. Okay. So yeah. So my database is running. And we're today actually we are going to add the search functionality. And to do that, we need to do some modifications in DAO. In country DAO, there is a method which is called find all. Okay. To what actually we need to add? We need to add one extra parameter like string type. So maybe I can add string search maybe. After that, I need to do some refactor, and I need to go in service sections. And here I also need some modification. And after that, once this two is done, I would like to go to the country DAO implementations, as actually we are using our DAO packages for database related query. Basically, DAO will talk with the database, and whatever actually he get results, and he will return the results to the service, and service will return results to the controller, and controller will send back result to the JSP page, and JSP page will render the HTML, and the HTML will be returned to the client. So this is our basic flow that actually currently we are following. And here in find all method, I would like to add one extra parameter which is called search. So you can add anything in here. That's not the problem. So, and after that, you need to modify the query. Can you see that in the query, in the database query, we are not searching anything. So I need to add select all from country. I need to add here where as actually I have only two property which is called name and continent. So actually I would like to search using both name and continent. To do that, I can use like clauses like where name like what or I can use continent like. So actually in all cases like is not suitable because this is very expensive operation. As I told you, actually we are not making our application in production grade. So in all cases, in all situation, you cannot use like because it takes some time because it's very expensive operation during for database query. And order by country ID, ascending, limit what? I believe everything is okay. So I don't need to change anything in here. And after that, after the prepare statement, I need to add some parameter, which is called prepare set statement dot set as string. I'd like to add in and another. This should be index 2, and here as integer will be index 3, and the last one will be index 4. Please don't join after once it is passed away around 5 minutes. It makes us trouble. Okay, so it's cool. I believe our DO section is already completed, and now I need to go in our service. So it makes some complaint because we already implemented country service, but this method signature is not matched with our country service interface. So what I need to do, I need to add one extra parameter, and I need to send this parameter here, search. Okay, I believe now it's okay. Now it already have another complaint. Maybe complaint is coming from the controller, so we need to fix the controller after that. So I need to go index controller. Okay. So in the index controller, what actually I need to add some parameters that actually I will get from the route. So I need to change something in here. So our page is okay. So after that, I need to add string. search equal to request.get parameter search. Then this type of this parameter we will get from the URL. So I need to check for null pointer exception. So how to check the null pointer exception? If request.get parameter search equal to null, not equal to null, sorry, it should be not equal to null, then request.get parameter search, otherwise it would be empty. Now I need to do some refactor, and after in the try section, records per page is okay. Offset, I believe, is also okay. The list of countries. In the find all, I need to pass the parameter. Now our total pages, I believe it is also okay. And one attribute countries, total pages, current pages. And after that, I need to add another request.set attribute, which is called search. It should be search. And it should be also search. I believe everything is okay right now. Now, actually, I need to go back to my JSP page. So let's go to the JSP page. It's located in pages and index.jsp. So in the index.jsp, I need to make a form to perform the search operation. So before doing that, let me show you something in here. We do not have any form to do the searching operations. So you can see that there is no form in our list page to do the searching operation. We can do the pagination. We can do the pagination, right? That's not a problem. And we also added this for extra, just for testing purposes, right? So maybe we can delete this one. If I go back again, we can also update. It should be Asia. I go back again. Yeah, it's updated. So we need to add a form in here. So how to add the form in here? To do that, I need to go back to my index.jsp page. So in the index.jsp page, before the table, so you can actually put search anywhere. We have one container. After that, we have one navigation bar. And after the navigation bar, actually, I'm interested to put my searching options here. So I will write deep class container, not container. We're already in the container. It should be call for. Okay. So in the call for, I would like to close my div. And after that, I will declare a form. So in the form, as we are using a bootstrap, maybe I will add form class after that. So I would like to add form class call for. And form should have two parameters. One is called action and another is called method. So we will use get, but you can also use post actually if you want, if we wish to do, because actually in the index controller, if you can see that we are using HTTP get. That's why actually I need to add the method should be HTTP get. And what would be the action? So action would be we already have defined our path. So in the path, it should be slash. Why slash? Because it is in the searching operations will be performed in the index page. That's why it's slash. So if you want to perform in any other pages, maybe you need to add another route in here. And after that, I will add deep another, and deep I would like to add a bootstrap class. So it should be in input group. In the input group, I will add an input. So in the input, I will add a bootstrap class, which is called form control. So in also the input type should be text. Now Input type should be text. And what would be the name? Actually, can you remember if we go back to our index controller? So we are actually getting this request parameter search. How it will be popular, how actually we will get this search request parameter from the index page. So that's why actually we need to add name. You know that you already know the name. The name should be search. Okay. So if the name is search, then I need to add a placeholder. Maybe it's optional, right? So to get the client as good experience, actually, for example, if any client just visit your web applications and he don't know in which parameter he need to search. So that's why actually you need to keep some information. So that actually for client flexibility in which parameter like name or continent, you will search something other else. So maybe you can write anything in here, search by name or continent. It should be search by country name or continent. Okay, now it's good. Now we need to add another parameter with another HTML like value. So what would be its value? Search. Okay. Now Control Alt L to do some refactor. So in the form, it should we need to submit the form, right? That's why actually we need a button. So button type should be submit. And I'd like to add some bootstrap class in the button. Maybe I will add btn primary. So now I can close the button. So I can tell the client, hey, please search. Now client will search. It's a button like search. Okay. I believe everything is okay. Now I want to restart my server. Let's see, is it working or not? Okay. Why it's come is this? Oh, it's becomes so small. Maybe because of bootstrap issue, maybe because we already have another search in this area. I would like to remove this search from the navigation bar. So let me go to the navigation bar and I would like to remove this one because we don't need this. And if I go back to my index page, if I add a search call 8, let's see what happens. Okay, now I actually believe it's the I believe it's better from previously. And actually here I would like to add my custom style, maybe margin top, maybe 5 pixel, and here I need to add another class. Okay, so maybe it's called 12, be better. I believe now it's okay. So cool. Now actually I'd like to add, actually I'd like to search with Canada. If I put the name is Canada, let's see it's coming or not. Wow, it's working, right? If I uh, put only C, it can also search by like. Can you see it's coming? And if I want to search by continent, how many countries with continent North America? I believe it will also come. Yeah, it's coming. And if I want to put Bangladesh, yeah, it's also coming, right? So maybe you will add a clear functionality, right? So after searching, we need to clear this one. So it's your assignment how to add the clear functionality after the searching. So I believe that our searching feature has already finished. So now it's the time to do code refactoring here. So what type of code refactoring actually we can do right now in here? So if you want to take this assignment, so you can also do it. But before that, maybe some of the new members already joined, but they actually don't know about what actually we already taken. So this is our fourth session. So what was our activities during the last three sessions? So yeah, that's why actually I'm interested to do some recap what actually I done in previously. I just created an empty Jakarta E web application project. So in the web application project, we have source main Java. In the source main Java, we created a package. The name is com.java EE. And in the web app, we created a directory which is called web INF. So in the web INF, we have a XML file. So this XML file playing is a vital role for Jakarta E web-based applications, and without having web XML file, maybe your application may not work. And here we did some servlet mapping. In the servlet mapping, the URL pattern is resources. Why actually we are using this one? Because you see in the index page, we load our CSS and JS file from our target directory. So that's why this default servlet plays a vital role for mapping our CSS and JavaScript files. And after that, we made initial class, which is called country deo. And we make an implementation class, which is called country deo implementations. And we make a service with same method signature, and we created service implementations. And here actually, we just manually created dependency injection using pure Java. But near future, I'm interested to use. We can also use EJB or CDI to give dependency injection for our application. But this application is not completed yet. We have three features remaining, and that is login, logout, registration, like sign up. So we already have three features remaining, like sign up, registration, sign up or registration, login and logout, and user management. And also in our next session, I would like actually I will refactor all of the source code, but because you know that this code is not a production grade source code using only only JSP, JDBC, or Servlet. And here actually you can see that there is a package which is called entity. So this is not just like an entity. This is a plain old Java object. So let me clear you something. There are many differences in between Java Pojo class, Java Bean class, and Enterprise Bean and Spring Bean. There are many confusion regarding of this. So what does it mean, Java Pojo? So this is just a Java Pojo class, means plain old Java object. So what's the main feature of the plain old Java object? You can see that we used a Lombok special annotation which is called data. So this data annotation giving us more flexibility to reduce the boilerplate code. Like we don't need to use getter, setter, equals and hash code, and toString. And we also used another Lombok annotation which is called no argument constructor. So getter, setter, equals and hash code, default constructor, and toString. if any Java class has those kind of features, that is called Java Pojo class. Okay. So if you want to convert our Java Pojo class to entity class, you need to just use a very simple annotation, which is called entity annotation. So what does it mean, entity? Can you see there we didn't use entity yet because we are making communication using a simple JDBC driver to the database. Why? Because we are talking database with our DAO layer, not through the entity. But near future, we will not change this Pojo class. So we will finish our long course, long sessions, maybe using only one or two classes. So making many classes and to make the project big, it doesn't mean that you are learning something. So actually, that's why I just selected only a few classes to how to convert your application and how to actually basically how to write or how to make the new how to use the new style of Java applications from using from the very old deprecated to the latest one. Maybe actually somebody asked me some questions why you are not using very latest Java technologies like Spring Boot, Quarkus, Micronauts, or other Java latest framework. Why is that? Just suppose that you just get a job and your company uses a very old Java applications like using JSP, Servlet, JDBC, or EJB, or maybe Java channels. So if you do not have sufficient knowledge, then actually you will not be able to convert your applications. So as a software engineer or as a senior software engineers, please don't take this risk, this convert very old applications to the new one. Why? Because this is not your responsibility. So this is the responsibility of your technical lead or of your solution architect. So under the hood of your technical architect or technical solution architect, you will play a role as a software engineering role, right? So let's go back to our topic again. And you can see that in the constant, I just make this constant class as public final class. Why? So why actually I made this as a public? And why actually I use the special annotations Lombok? No argument constructor, access level should be private. Why is the reason is that? The reason is that, so if I use a final keyword in my Java class, so actually none of any class will not be able to access our class. And if I use no argument constructor, that means you cannot make an instance of this class from the from the outside scope of the class. That's why actually we used the access level is private. Why? Because all of the utility and a constant class, there should be rules and regulations so that you cannot create an instance of your utils class or constants class. So this is called the industry standard. And I believe that we already finish these features. After maybe within few minutes, we are going to play with the cloud. So let me push our code, git status. So I would like to push the code in our Git repository. So how to push the code? You can see we'll write git status. So it is just we are just modified these classes, and after that I will add git add all commit, and in the commit message I will whatever actually I changed, I would like to add this changes like added search feature, git push, okay. Oh, I need to pull something. I believe there is a actually problem. I need to do some rebase. Okay, no problem actually. I don't. I will. I push this code again later. That. because I need to revise my code, and after that I need to pull. I need to pull and push. Okay, no problem. I will push after the session. So let me go back to the cloud. And before that, I would like to show you something here. Like ambient clean install dash T means how many threads you want to assign while make packaging your application. Maybe I want to assign 4 threads. After that, I would like to add D Maven test. I cannot add you because we are already finished our course sessions. Skip true. Okay. Okay. I believe it's already successfully built. And now actually, where is our project? Maybe in here, Java EE Cloud. So this is our project actually. I will copy from here. I will go Tomcat web apps. And after that, I would like to paste. So I'm cd Tomcat, cd web apps, ls dash ltr. Okay. So this is our war file, and maybe I can make it as a root. I think it should be better. So Tomcat web apps, I can I can delete this root, no problem. And okay, now I can go dash ltr. Okay, it's cool. So I'm going to start my server. Startup, yeah, our Tomcat is started. So if I go to check localhost, yeah, so now actually we are running our application. We already now actually we deployed our application in the Tomcat. I believe everything is working fine, no problem. Yeah. So we are only running only single Tomcat server. So in the real life scenario, if you want to do load balancing, you may need more than one Tomcat servlet container. So maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, or you can maybe deploy your Tomcat container in several regions or several locations, right? If your application is big enough, maybe you will deploy multiple Tomcat containers. And how to do that, please don't ask me this question. So you need to do it by yourself. So I cannot show you everything. We have some time constraints. Okay, if I go, yeah, our application is not running right now because I already shut down my applications. Now, so we are going to now actually we are going to see a very cool feature which is called AWS Cloud. So before going to AWS Cloud, today actually I'm going to show you how to set up AWS as a cloud, right? You need to write console.amazon.com. So if you write console, because it is showing me because I already logged in my AWS account. So I want to sign into the console as a, if you don't have any AWS account, you can also sign up, right? So I already have signed up because I'm using AWS. So there are actually two options. One is that root user and another is that IAM user. So what is the root user? One AWS account is corresponds to only for the only one root user. Okay. So using one email, you can create only one root user. And one root user can create many IAM user as you want. Okay. So before creating IAM user, I want to log in using my root user. So I actually forget my password maybe. Uh, Please don't copy my username and password. Okay. So I am logging using the root user. So if from the next time, if you join after 5 minutes later in our session, maybe I will actually I'm really sorry. Uh I cannot accept you to participate our session because you know that according to your opinion, we just set our every session in every week, like Saturday in Bangladeshi time, 8 p.m. So maybe we can start our session from 7:45. That means that, but definitely we are going to start our session at 8 p.m. But I can see that most of the people that join before the end of our session. I'm really sorry to say that I cannot accept you. Okay. Now, first of all, in the root user, we'll create some IAM user. To create the IAM user, you need to you need to go to the search button and you need to write IAM. What the meaning of the IAM? IAM means identity and access management. So click on the IAM and click on the users. So I already have two IAM user. I want to create a new user, which is, I would like to keep name as Java EE Cloud. Okay. Java EE Cloud. Okay. That's cool. And I will click on next. I will right now, actually, I will not add any permission boundary. So, okay, I will click on next. So before click on next, I would like to add the user. Okay, I want to set the password. Sorry, I want to show you from scratch again, otherwise you'll be confused. I need to go to user, then create user, then username Java EE Cloud, then click on next. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. Here you need to click on here to set the password. And maybe you want to create I want to create an IAM user. And no, I don't want any auto-generate password. I want my custom password. So I'm going to set my password. Please don't ask me about the password, okay? And what is that actually? Users must to create a new password at the next sign-in. Actually, I don't want this feature, but this feature is very useful for security purpose. So I would like to click on next. In the next, add user to the group. Okay. So you can also add the user to the any policies or add attach policies directly, maybe. So if I would like to add attach policies directly, please try to understand. So there is one policy which is called administrative access. So you should not give administrative access to the IAM user directly. Why? Maybe this cause the very serious level problems. Okay, why? Because this there are actually thousands of policies in AWS console. So you can find it policies. So there are 1,321 policies. So you don't that actually doesn't mean that you need to know every policy, right? For example, if you want to use one AWS feature like RDS, Elastic Cache, or ESB S3, and AWS EKS. So it actually depends. So you will learn everything and every features and every policies slowly, slowly. Please don't try to learn so fast. So for the educational purpose and for the demonstrative purpose, I would like to attach this administrator access. So let's click on the next. Okay. Now I want to click on the create user. Okay. So we already created our user. So you can also download the CSV file because this is very, very important. Why? This CSV file will contain your username and your password. Okay. So I actually don't need, because after this session, actually, I will delete this user. So this is my signing URL. This is also important. So I just copy in the sign in URL in another tab and return to the user list. And it will give me the warning because AWS still is the good practice to download the CSV file of it. That CSV file will contain the user information. Click on continue. Okay, that's cool. So I would like to sign out. So I just sign out from my root user, and now actually I am going to sign into the my IMM user. Okay. So this is my IMM ID. You can see that I did not put my IMM ID here. So if I go again, if I close the tab, if I click on the, okay, you can see I did not put anything. So this is my ID. If I click enter, my account ID will be automatically, it's set in here. Now actually I need to put my username. My user is Java EE Cloud and password. I need to give my password. Okay. I don't want to remember this account. Sign in. Okay. Now it's cool. Now you can see that now actually I logged in as a Java EE Cloud user. If I click on here, you can see this is my account ID and this is my IMM user. Now actually after creating the user, you can see that this IMM user cannot access in every menus, right? He cannot access the monthly cost management, and he cannot also cannot access to the forecast month and end costs. This is secured, right? Now actually what I need to do, I need to go my IMM user again. I need to click on the users and I need to click on my these users. And after that, I would like to click to the security credentials. Can you remember? I'm going back to again. I will search on IMM. Okay. After that, I will click on the users. On the users, I will click on my users, which is called Java EE Cloud. Here, this is very, very important. I need to click on security credentials. In the security credentials, you need to add many things, like you need to add multi-factor authentication. This is actually mandatory. Why? To make your AWS account secure. And you need to add SSH public keys for AWS code commit. And there are many, many features actually. Okay. So I want to show you something which is called access keys. This is very important. I want to create my access key. So click on the command line interface. And after that, you will also check the button. Here actually I selected command line interface. and you need to check this checkbox. You need to click next, and after that, click on the create access key. Okay. So these access keys are very, very, very important. Why? Without using these, you cannot play with the AWS services. So you need to copy. I will copy my access keys here. And secret keys also. Okay. So this one also you should download the CSV file. Okay. Right now, actually, I'm not interested to download the CSV file. I will just click on done. But for you, it's important to download the CSV file. So now you can see that we already set up our access keys. Now we need to create our key pair. So without creating the key pair, you will not be able to access the AWS instances like EC2 instances or other services also. So please click on the EC2. Okay. Now scroll down. You will in the network and security tab, you can find key pairs. So click on the key pairs. So once you have the key pairs, I don't know why this one make a problem. Zoom. Okay. So you need to add and you need to create a new key pair. I will create a new key pair. I will make it as a name, Java EE Cloud. Okay. And the key pair type should be RSA, please. And this private key file format should be .pem file. So if you do any mistake, maybe you cannot access from Linux or Mac. So you need to click on create key pair. So our key pair is already downloaded. Now actually what I need to do. So this is my local terminal, local laptop terminal, right? So my key pair already downloaded. So once you get the key pair, you need to do only few things. So you need my key pair is in the download directory. I need to go downloads, and so this is my key pair, right? Key pair. So I will add a Java cloud folder. Okay, it actually not need to create the folder. So I will go Java cloud. I write lsltr. So this is my PEM file. So now I need to give permission to this to execute this PEM file. So how to give the permission? I will write chmod space 0400, then Java cloud, hit enter. Okay. So what is the purpose of this PEM file? Now actually I'm going to show you what is the purpose of this PEM file. Now click on the EC2. Now we are going to launch our first EC2 instances. Click on instances, click on launch instances. So maybe you should give a name of your EC2 instance. Maybe you can write Java EE Cloud instance. Anything you can put this one as your name. And there are several selections. What type of servers actually you want to use, like Amazon Linux, Mac OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SUSE, or Debian. Actually, I always like to use Ubuntu. And what type of image actually you want to use this one. And architecture, actually, I always like to use AMD, not ARM. And here, you can see there is one thing, T2 micro is a free tier zone. So how long you can use as this one as a free tier zone? Maybe 720 hours. But all time it's not free. But using the free tier, actually, you cannot do much more practice actually. Now, after that, you need to select in your key pair. So this is our key pair, Java E Cloud. Okay. So now network section, network settings, this is very, very important. So right now, to use the network settings, there are some several things you need to consider. First of all, you need to create the VPC, you need to create the route table, internet gateway, everything. This is very complicated. Everything actually, I will show you step by step. Maybe I can give you some idea. Okay. So if I click on that, if I want to search VPC, if you can click on the VPC and you can click your VPCs. So why actually I'm showing that I already have one VPC. So first of all, you need to create the VPC, you need to create the subnet, you need to create the route table, you need to create the internet gateway, lots of things. Actually, I will show you step by step. Maybe our upcoming sessions. So I will divide our every session into two, like first 30 minutes for coding and another 40 minutes for cloud practice. Please don't worry about that. So let me launch our first EC2 instance. So here actually in the network settings, I will make this network settings as default. Why? There is very special reason to make this network setting as default. Definitely, I can use I can edit the network setting and I can use my custom network security, but it will make you more confusion, right? That's why I don't want to make you any confusion right now. I don't want to create any network setting, so I need to reload again. I will click on instances. I will click on again launch instances. I will give my EC2 instance name. It should be Ubuntu and it should be free tier zone T2 micro. And key pair is Java E Cloud. In the default network settings, actually, you can see that I'm not adding anything. You can see. So this is important. Allow SSH traffic from anywhere. Okay, if this is not anywhere, actually, maybe you cannot use any SSH. You cannot. Okay, and also if you make this one as a 50 GB, so this is not free tier zone, so you can get maximum 30 GB as free tier zone. Okay, so okay, let me make it 10 GB. It's a free tier zone, and I believe everything is okay. Oh, okay. And you need to, I believe auto assign public IP disable. Why? Okay, auto assign public IP should be disable. It's okay. Maybe we can use elastic IP. We can assign the elastic IP in here. Now I will click on the launch instance. Okay, so our instance is already created. It will take on few minutes time to be ready. So now if I click on the instance and if I click on the, okay, refresh. So this is our instance name, Java E Cloud. And this is the instance ID. So if I click on the instance ID, you can see that we did not get yet any private IP address because it will take some time, few minutes, it will take some time. And if I scroll down, you can see that our Java E key pair, okay, this key pair already attached with our EC2 instance. That means that if you have only one key pair, you can attach this key pair to many services without having any problem. So if I scroll again, I need to refresh. Basically, it takes some time to assign the public IP address. You can see that the status is still now initializing. If I click on that, Let me connect. We cannot connect right now. It's not ready yet. The status is still now initializing. Okay, I believe that actually after that, it will take some time to get the public IP address. So let me connect with another EC2 instance that actually I already have. Okay, please don't worry about this. So I already have one EC2 instance which is called POC. If I click on here, you can see that there is a public IP address. Okay, if I click on the public IP address, because this is EC2 instance, actually I just use my another key pair which is called POC. So if I go back in here, if I go, because it takes some time to allocate the public IP address. So if I go to CD and if I go to POC and write LSLTR, then how to actually connect to the EC2 instance from the local. You will write SSH-I, then POC.pem file. And because I just launched my EC2 instance, launch type is Ubuntu, I'll write Ubuntu as the primary user. Ubuntu at the rate of my instance IP. I will just hit on enter. Yeah. So you can see that. So now, right now, I do not log in into my laptop. I just log into the EC2 instances. So if I write ls-ltr, you can see how many files are in here. There are actually many files. Okay. So what after once your EC2 instance is ready, what you need to do first, you need to do sudo apt update. This is your first, this should be your first activity. So I want to clear my console. After that, you need to write sudo apt upgrade. Okay. After that, you will install your applications one by one. So what you need to do, you need to set up the Maven, you need to set up the Java, you need to set up the Tomcat, and after that, you can start playing with the Java code. So how to exit? If you write exit, then we lost our connections. Now I'm in my local machine. So I believe from today, for today, um, it's more than enough actually. So I want to finish my today's session, maybe very near actually. Uh, okay. So I believe today's session is more than enough. So in our next session, and we are going to add login, logout, and sign up features. So once this is done, so we will deploy our whole application to the AWS cloud. Okay. And once this is done, that means once our authentication, authorization, and deploy to our application to EC2 instances is done. After that, we will go to the next framework, which is called, now actually we are using JDBC JSP and Servlet for handling the client request and response. And after that, definitely we will use JSP, Servlet, and we will just remove the JDBC. In our next session, will be started from using JPA. Okay. So maybe you will confuse, you may ask many questions, and many questions will be raised on your mind why we are using this thing. Actually, as I already explained you many times, and I don't want to explain right now. And after that, once we are confident enough in using Jakarta E, slowly we will go to the Spring MVC, Spring Core, Spring Boot, Spring Cloud, and other Java frameworks, and we will play all of these frameworks. Please pray for me and stay tuned with the WhatsApp, and see you. Allah Hafiz. Tata. Bye bye.